Hey everyone, this is Natalie from Supernova, and today I'm going to be taking you through the step-by-step process of making your own desalinator at home. And this process, this activity is really great because it only requires a few materials and you probably already have most of them at home. We have the written instructions of this activity posted on our website, so feel free to refer back to those after you watch this video, or you can just pause me as we go along and do the activity with me. So first, let's talk a little bit about fresh water and salt water. So why is desalination so important? About 97.5% of the water on our planet is salt water, and that only leaves about 2.5% as fresh water. And so if we try to drink salt water, it actually dehydrates us. So of course, the process of desalination is becoming increasingly important as our freshwater supply is being depleted. The problem is desalination takes a huge amount of energy, and of course using fossil fuels for this process is not ideal. So we can turn to renewable energy as a solution, and that's what we'll be doing today with our desalinator. We'll be using solar energy for the process. Keep in mind we'll be doing this on a very small scale, so you won't be able to supply your house with drinking water through this process, but it's a great way to see how it works and just learn a little bit about the science behind it. Okay, so let's jump right in. I'm just gonna adjust you here. I have you on my laptop, so I'm gonna tilt my screen down. And so what you'll be needing for this experiment is a large container. So something like a clear measuring jug would be fine for this. You basically just need something that's significantly larger than a smaller container, which you'll be putting inside. You'll also be needing a piece of plastic wrap, which you'll have to cover your larger container with. And you want to make sure that it's big enough that you have extra around the edges because we'll be attaching it fairly loosely. We'll get to that after though. A rubber band, a small weight. I'm using a washer in this case, but you can use a rock or whatever you have on hand. We're going to use food coloring, and that will represent, this basically represents salt in our water, so we can see what's happening visually as opposed to having to taste our water to see if it tastes like salt water or not. I'll also just put a little bit of salt in just because to make it a little bit more realistic. And then some water just to fill our larger container. Okay, so let's get started. One thing I forgot to mention for setting up was you're gonna want a little bit of tape just because you'll need to stick this smaller container to the bottom of the larger one. It'll probably float a little bit if you don't do that. So I just had some painter's tape handy, but really just whatever tape you have on hand will do. So we'll just stick that to the bottom like so. So that's nice and on there. And then we're going to add water. Guess I should open it first. We're going to add water to our larger container without actually getting any into our small one. And the reason I'm using a water bottle is just to make sure that I don't get any water in the smaller container, but whatever works for you is fine. So we'll do that, and that's about good. So I'm just coming up to the top edge of my smaller container. Next, we'll add some food coloring, and as I mentioned briefly earlier, this kind of represents the salt water. So what's going to happen is the food coloring kind of coloring represents the salt, but we'll add a little bit of salt in just to make it more realistic. So right now we're making a salt solution. So we're dissolving the salt into the water to create a homogeneous mixture. So this is a uniform mixture throughout. We can't see the particles, the salt particles in the water. Okay, that's good. Okay, and next we're going to take our piece of plastic wrap, and be careful because it does stick to itself really easily. And what we want to do here is make sure, so you can see I'm kind of pressing down in the center, we want that plastic wrap to be able to drop down a little bit So, and that's why you leave some extra around the edges when you're measuring the size of your plastic wrap. So you can see it's dropping down a little bit there. And then we're gonna take our rubber band and just make sure that that is stuck nicely to our larger container, just like that. And we're gonna wanna take a small weight. So I have a washer in this case, but just again, anything you can find. It might be a rock outside. And you're just going to place that in the middle. So let me see if I can show you a view. See if I can do this without spilling here. So you can see how I've placed the washer in the center, just like that. And then I'm not putting mine outside today because it's a super rainy day, but you're gonna wanna place your desalinator outside on a really sunny day. And what's gonna happen is let me hold this up. So from our saltwater solution, we're going to have, so because of the sun, evaporation will take place and the fresh water will evaporate out of the saltwater solution, and it will gather on this saran wrap on the top here, and the weight allows it to accumulate into our smaller container. So we have some directional control of where that evaporated water is going. And a really cool observation, you'll see the water in the smaller bowl will be clear, and unlike the water on the outside of it, which is green and salty. So that's how you make your desalinator at home. You can refer to our website again for some written instructions, or go through the video again and you can follow along with me. Thanks everyone.